Okay, fifth attempt now. Phone was full of a bunch of crap that I could get rid of anyway, so I got rid of it. I'm gonna do this in the next one, and yeah, the whole spiel. Neighbors, friends of the ex, bad people. One of whom worked at one point for a homeless support organization over here, and they're out there, or they were out there when I went out last time, getting ready to go full Karen on a homeless couple for huddling under a tarp on our outside of our building. So yeah, the kind of people that my ex, hangs out with. Inhumane jerks. Season 3, episode 21. Emily Laser Princess. Pink Raccoon. Yada yada. Yeah, season 3, episode 21, graduation day, part 1. Why is Cordy being a jerk to Xander after he bought her prom dress, which was ugly, by the way, but she thought it was nice? Why is Harmony being nice to Willow? Why does Willow put up with any of them? So many questions. Willow has a Coke. I think it's the only time that I remember seeing an actual branded soda in anyone's hand the entire season or series. I mean, Faith is going to kill this professor, isn't she? Yep, the Vulcan. If you know, you know. She's such an obedient puppy. So uncomfortable in that rag. I know it's a rag because I have the same dress, except it's black. Willow has the coolest bike. Yes. The kids are terrible at sneaking into class late. Yes. Again, zero misinformation. Creepy teacher obsessed with Hangman. Don't know how many people had that experience, but had several teachers who were like that, especially towards the end of end of the semesters. I keep forgetting to change my hat. Shut up, Wesley. On Buffy, a good thing. Star Trek: The Next Generation, a bad thing. Leave Wesley on Star Trek alone. Oh, so that's why Angel's still around. Haha, pure demon. Quark saying, I believe in order, cracks me up. Oh, God. I hate it because I've said all this stuff over and over again now, and now it's starting to sound rehearsed. But yeah, when you think about it a little deeper, Quark is definitely a creature of order in his own way. Mayor is such an in-your-face jerkbag, isn't he? Got that one right this time. Yeah, he is. He's great. He's a great villain. Mentions of Ohio and such make me wonder what Portland is like in the Buffyverse, and I just have to assume it's one big hellmouth. Just because people here are so weird. I mean, they make such a big show of being these left-leaning liberal people, but there they are, calling the cops on homeless people for crouching with a tarp over them in the rain outside of our building. It's absurd. Hey, Willow, Oz, and I are all panic much the same way. Yeah. Love how people in Sunnydale can just ransack people's houses with impunity. The vampires have to ask permission to come in, but humans can just bust in and take whatever they want. It's not like the cops are there except when they are. Yeah, Buffy, you're totally acting like a brat, the bad kind. Maybe the cops are the way they are because pretty much everyone in Sunnydale is white except for like 3 different people over the course of the series. Is that why you can just go in and take stuff from people's houses? I don't know. Whatever. Not misinformation, jokes and commentary. That's all. I have a problem with racism, but whatever. I also have problems with all kinds of bigotry, and apparently saying that is a bad thing nowadays. Oh geez, poisoned vampire. The vampires on Buffy are not undead. Clearly they have biological function. They're subject to poison and disease and things. It's bizarre. Still say Willow should have been a lesbian from the start. They could have had Oz and Xander compete for Cordy or something. And that way they could have had Willow and Harmony to get together, which would have been a hilarious, even if it was short-term relationship, because my God. It would also explain Harmony to a greater extent. Hard to tell even now if Mayer actually does care about Faith. He got over Alan and Trick really quick. I don't know. Anya whining to Xander, trying to get him to embrace his cowardice. Yeah, she's going to run away. Which, I don't know. I can't imagine that normal people would move to Sunnydale to begin with. So it's probably like the entire population is kind of borderline mental cases in some way. Faster Buffy cat, kill. That cheap, ugly knife again. I get suspension of disbelief and all, but it gets so hard when you keep having bad actors react to cheap, gimmicky gewgaws like they're these precious things. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the knives at the mall knife store really are cool and impressive and functional somehow, but I don't know. Give me a standard Bowie knife if it comes to it. If I need a knife for some reason. Such terrible fighting stances. Unlock your knees. They are really rigid in their fighting stance. Ooze. I can't imagine it'd be very effective, and it would tend to make your knees a much more tempting target. So maybe that's the whole point, trying to get people to come in and try and sweep your leg. Whatever. It's supposed to be an epic fight scene, but I just can't buy it. Sorry, Buffy. Why not trank gun Faith and put her in a trunk to drive her back to Angel? And yeah, I know, putting people in trunks, probably not great, but she is essentially a superpowered serial killer at this point, you know? And one that the cops are not going to be able to handle. I mean, if she doesn't want to stay in jail, she's not going to stay in jail. But yeah, I also wrote big fight equals poor decisions, which, yeah, it's a running theme in the show. Excuse me. To be continued. I hope that this worked this time. Microphone is on. Okay. Please don't erase it all.